Well, thank you for tuning into this conversation on leading through a crisis, where we engage leaders from around the world and discuss, how to lead in these uncertain times. So today I'm joined by Ruben and Oana Marian from Romania. Ruben and Oana are young entrepreneurs, and they own a number of businesses. The main one that they run together is Utilben, which they import and sell heavy construction equipment as well as farming equipment. But they also own a number of other companies. So Ruben and Oana, welcome.
Nice to be with you today.
Good to see you again.
Good. Well, obviously we're all in the middle of something called coronavirus right now. And so how is this affecting you directly, whether personally or business-wise?
The first real impact was our working hours. Up to this crisis, I thought that we were working hard and a lot. Now our workload is even higher. And what is interesting is that this current situation found us both prepared. We are digitalized enough to work remote, but unprepared because we thought it would be a great year for us. We invested a lot in a lot of new projects, and now we have no savings. So this context forced us to innovate much faster than we wanted or than we planned. And now we are working under the clock.
Well, let me ask you another question that may be related to that. It's said that we often learn more through our failures and mistakes, and maybe through the crisis that we face than through our successes. So has there been a crisis that you faced in the past that you can apply some principles to now? Okay, would you be willing to share something from that?
I remember when we started the business, it was a very interesting time. Me and Oana were working for the same company, and the company went bankrupt because it grew too fast, and the owners did not spend the money very carefully. And then we had this idea to import heavy machinery for road construction and agriculture here in Romania. We had no experience in business, no money, no networking, no business education. But we said, let's try, let's give it a try. So our idea was to try selling excavators and dozers online in 2006. We worked very hard, 12, 14 hours per day, but with no results. I remember a difficult moment when we lost our apartment. We had no money to pay for the mortgage of our apartment, and we had to give it back to the bank. We were just married. I promised Oana that we are going to have a great life together and everything is going to be good. And we just lost even the apartment we lived in, and we lost all the money from the wedding, from the parents, from the grandparents. And that was a difficult moment because back then I really had to deal with the difficult question like, will it really work? Can we really do that? Why do we put so much pressure on ourselves? That was a very big difference between what was our vision, what did we imagine that it can be a good business, and what was the reality that we were facing every day. In that moment, what really helped was the relation we had together and the relation we had with God. That was what kept us going. It took us more than 1 year to find the first customer to buy one of our machines. So for us, looking at this crisis, when I compare with what we started, it's okay. It's we're doing fine.
Good. Well, thank you for opening up that chapter of your lives. Leaders from around the world are actually watching, this video, and so are looking for. I think we're all in the same situation, and we're looking for. Are there some principles? Are there some best practices? As you move into this, are there some that you'd want to share with our listeners?
When I'm in a crisis. What is important is to understand the new reality that we are in. So we want to define the challenges first. Then it's very important to assume the leadership role so people can have the guidance, direction, and vision in a crisis time, because they need stability. They need somebody to look to. So this is very important. Also, it's important the communication in the organization, how we communicate with the people, how we involve them in finding solutions. And we create a strategy for crisis management and then for business continuity, because we want to know also what we will do after this crisis. In this time, we are trying to find opportunities to innovate and become stronger after the crisis.
As leaders, we don't have we can be surrounded and faced every day by crisis, but as we lead, those in our company, those around us, we've got to deliver hope to those people. So where do you find hope from personally? And would you be willing to share some of that with us?
First thing, in the middle of a crisis, I personally need to find alignment and focus. So I try to go back to the basis, and I ask myself some tough questions like, who am I? Where do I come from? Where I'm going? What is my purpose, and what do I do what I do? It's very important in these times as business owners to understand that actually we are in a steward position, and God is the owner of everything. So because we are Christians and we trust God, He's in control, He has a plan. In these times, we understand that we cannot put our trust in our business, our money, or our relations or power. And what is helping us over this crisis is and look over the crisis, over the viruses, or even death, is our belief in Jesus Christ, because we know that death, it's not the end. It's only one step to another destination, and we really hope that one day we will spend our eternity with God.
Well, Oana and Ruben, thank you so much for your insight and your expertise today, as you've shared about how you are personally handling this particular crisis. And thank you for joining us today. If you haven't already, follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, and we'll let you know about the other interviews that will be coming up in the near future. So thank you.